throughout our homes and during our shows. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for another fantastic interview, and thank you all for downloading this episode.
You're listening to the Behind the Ears podcast, because everybody does Disney differently. The Behind the Ears podcast crew would like to thank the following sponsors for their generous support. Hey everybody, it's Mr. Chris, and I got to tell you about Expedition Roasters. Listen, I'm a pretty big coffee drinker, just like a lot of you are, but these people have got coffee right. Their coffees are made from selectively sourced premium and specialty grade Arabica beans. They provide the absolute best flavor and aroma, and select roast even come directly from a single estate farm for a truly perfect cup that is never bitter. They've got awesome Disney-inspired flavors such as Roundhouse Roast, Route 66, Skipper's Brew, Dark Side Roast, Redhead Rum, and one of my favorites, Bobsledder's Brew. Listen, if you want to have the taste of Disney in every cup, give them a try today. ExpeditionRoasters.com, and Behind the Ears podcast listeners gets an extra 20% off your first order by using the coupon code EARS20. That's right, EARS20. And you can find them over at ExpeditionRoasters.com. Brew your happy place. If you have a little one and you're going to Walt Disney World, you're going to need a stroller. I'll tell you what, KingdomStrollers.com is the place where you want to look into. I'll tell you, I've destroyed my fair share of strollers while at Walt Disney World, and those things are not cheap. But getting something from KingdomStrollers.com, they'll be able to help you pick out the perfect stroller for you. And the nice part is that because they're a Disney preferred provider, they'll be able to drop it off and pick it up right from your Disney resort at no extra charge. So if you don't want to necessarily destroy your stroller in the process and you want to have a great Disney vacation with your little one, contact KingdomStrollers.com and they'll set you right up. That's KingdomStrollers.com. So, do we have our next guest?
We do.
Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have Miss Leanne, one of the fantastic Lemon Sisters. There she is.
Guys.
Hey, Leanne, how you doing, dear?
I am here. We made it. Well, I made it.
Well, you know what? First off, I'm really glad that you are able to make it. I'm glad that also at the same time your sister was able to make it to be with your friends. Really do appreciate your time coming on today, because first off, family and friends come first, so we totally understood the situation, and we are very much family oriented here. And we were certainly, disappointed, but we want to support you as well as all of our other listeners through different things that are going on in people's lives. Life happens. This is just a show, and you guys got to take care of friends. I'm glad though that you are here, and thank you so much for being a part of things.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So first thing that I'm most excited about is that my husband, who is not a super Disney person, has been listening since this morning. So, yay, community! Let's convert him.
Oh, that is so awesome. That is cool. So, hey, first and foremost, it's been a while since we've had you on the show, and we can't wait to see you guys down at the Indie Disney Meet in August.
Oh, I know.
As I was joking around with Danny, it's like, we're going to have to make sure that we don't cause too much trouble down there. But I think it's going to be super awesome. For those of you who don't know, the funny way that we really kind of met was that we were at one table. They were two tables away and kind of like around a corner type of thing. But what the funniest part is that we got a message from them. Like I can't remember if it was through Facebook or Instagram saying, "Hey, we see you guys." And we're like, what? Who's stalking us?
We're stalkers, I think what we did is we did a Facebook Live or YouTube Live, and then we took a picture of it and sent it to you guys. So, and we had not met you yet, and I was thinking about it in the car earlier. I was like, it has been less than a year that we've like known y'all, but
Yeah.
it feels like years. Y'all are just awesome. We love you.
Oh, we love you guys too. And it really does kind of feel like the old friend syndrome. And, it's really kind of cool because, there's one thing to be said about Disney communities in general. And I am not just simply referring to the WDW community, but also, there's many different other Disney groups that are out there that are absolutely fabulous. They're all really good. They all bring something different to the table. I have met some of my closest friends through different Disney fan base communities. In fact, one of my, I don't want to say oldest friends because that makes it sound like she's old, but
Be careful.
yeah, one of a friend of mine and my wife's for that matter, who we've met through mouseplanet.com through, that particular website, which is a really great website. I'm just going to go ahead and give them a plug really quick. Mainly because it was, they have a forum. It's not like Facebook or anything. It's a slightly different form. But the cool part is that it was before the times of Facebook, and they still have a wonderful community over there. And, got to know a couple people. In fact, some people that are actually watching the show right now knew me from those beginning Mouse Planet days. And we've managed to meet up at Disney. We've actually, in some cases, even gotten together. I have a friend of mine, dear close friend of mine, lives in Kentucky. So she's like 5 or 6 hours away. We've actually figured out places in Illinois to meet halfway and just go have lunch, after a 2-hour drive in a car. And, the fact is that these are the people that, you end up getting to know, and you end up realizing that there's a lot more there, and you build a lifetime friendship. And you may only meet them once or twice in a number of years, but it just goes to show that, the Disney community is much more than just a bunch of people posting on Facebook. You get to meet people eventually, especially if you go to meets like the Indie Disney meet. There's Disney meets all over across the country. The Indie Disney meet is one of them, but sometimes you just end up meeting somebody such as yourself, such as Amanda, and it warms our hearts to know that we've made friendships in that way. And there's a lot of people watching today who we feel that close with. And there's so many new people joining us that we are, we look forward to cultivating those relationships with others because, and I'm kind of ranting here, not ranting, but kind of pontificating, as one of my friends would say. But it's important to realize that it's not just Disney fans. This is a community, and we are all significant to each other and what we do. So,
well, I think it's important that we all are Disney's kind of what brought us together, and then the Indie Disney meet and Give Kids a World, is just such a great, and even today, I just learned so much more about Give Kids a World. I love it because, and my husband's like, okay, well, we have a couple of items that we bought at Disney that kind of high price items that he's like, we're going to donate those to Indie Disney Me because this is a great thing. So I have to send Aaron a message in just a little bit because I was like, they were never used. So they've been up in my closet. He said, those will bring some money for this. So that's awesome. But I think, even in our community here, I am actually in the city where the Indie Disney Me is going to be. And so that's our home. And, we've met so many people that are here, and if my kids were sick, we were all sick with this nasty stomach virus 2 weeks ago, and everybody. And Nicole Orr, who is, I don't know if she's been on already or she's going to be on, I think, with y'all today. And
Aaron was with us instead of Nicole this time.
Oh, okay. So Nicole, who's part of that, she's sending me a message. This will help you to get better and to give your kids this. And what she said was true. And I was like, okay, well, thank you, Indie Disney Meet, for helping my family get over it. So it's great.
You talk about that. It's kind of funny because it's like we've had Nicole on the show before, and it was really nice to meet her in person at the Indie Disney Meet. I've actually been to another small fan meetup last November, and just to kind of get to know everybody even more outside of the meet. It's just really kind of cool because we all help each other out. In fact, at one time, Nicole and I were sharing chiropractor stories. Which, it was one of those things like, hey, has your chiropractor ever done this? I'm like, no. She's like, give it a try, see what happens. And lo and behold, it worked. So it was just one of those quick things. Danny, I'm going to have you take over for just 1 second.
Yeah, absolutely. So, oh boy, did I just lose him? Oh no, I threw him down there. That's fine. So how are you, darling? How's everything?
Good. We are doing great. Mandy, like we said earlier, her best friend is in Ohio, and her health is not doing very good. She's battling cancer, so Mandy had to take off. So usually there's two of us, Lemon sisters, so it's just not me. But yeah, so we're doing good
today.
I'm missing a lemon.
Missing one of the lemons.
Right.
We definitely everybody over here at WDW Community and behind the ears, we send our thoughts and prayers over to her. Hopefully, speedy recovery. And it's awesome that you guys are caring enough to go spend some time on a Saturday, give up your own personal time for that. So we thank you. So I'm excited for the Indie Disney meet. I'm excited to sit next to you because I think we're gonna get a little rowdy in that corner if we own that corner again.
And I told my husband, that's the on the 28th of August is my husband and I's 25th anniversary. And he's like, really? The weekend before our anniversary, you're going to the Indie Disney? I was like, look, I'm giving you lots of advance notice. That's what's happening. I'm going to be there. And then I told him today, I said, okay, so we'll be there during the day. I said, but we'll probably get together with a bunch of people that night. So you just need to plan on watching the kids from early in the morning to late at night because that's what's up.
Daddy's on duty that day because we're gonna get some fun things. Now, why don't you talk to? I don't know. Chris? Did you talk about the business at all with her about candles, or did I miss that?
Not yet. And I really want to touch on this because, here's the fun part. Our show here is technically a business. Leanne and Amanda, they deal with their business as well. And, the fact of the matter is we're all inspired by Disney in one way, shape, or form. And this is cool. I've got my Casey's candle here. I've been burning it little every day. And my wife I don't know if you heard earlier, my wife has commandeered the pineapple whip candle. She's like, this is mine.
I know.
Yeah. So it was one of those cases. And, but the thing is, this is a great example of Disney inspiration being made into a business. And why don't you go tell us a little bit about your products and maybe a little bit of background of how you got started.
Okay, so the Lemon Sisters are me and Amanda, whatever, and we started about 5 years ago. And what happened was my children are adopted. And so I had gotten my oldest daughter, we adopted her. We got her when she was 3 months old. And I was sitting because I'm old and I got her when I was 38 and my husband was 42. So I'm sitting at home not being able to just comprehend life because I got this baby and she's up all night. And so for Mother's Day, my very first Mother's Day, my husband got me an Apple TV. So then I started binge watching YouTube videos. And I started watching all these videos of these crazy people and at Disney, of course. And I'm like, what is going on? Because it was all these single people who didn't have kids. And my sister and I have been going, I've been going since I was 2. So, we have been going for years and know how to do Disney. And I was like, these people are not realistic. And so I started talking to Mandy and I said, listen, we need to figure this out. And so we started researching YouTube and we said, let's start a channel with people with kids, people that go in great big family groups, people who do it on a budget, people who are not in Florida. And so we started about 5 years ago and started making YouTube videos. Well, we started that, and then about 2 years ago, I have been making candles for about 15 years. And I had different scents and different things. It was a business to help supplement our income and something I enjoyed. And I said, why are my candles not Disney? I just had a duh moment, and I'm like, oh, duh. Why are they not? I love Disney. And I was going and Chris, you just sent me a message. It's me.
I guess it's a great time to basically say, congratulations! You want to say I will give it
That's awesome. Glad it wasn't a candle. But so I started taking my candle scents and finding ones that were Disney related. And so then we go on, when we go to Disney, we go on these sniffing tours and say, oh, I love this smell. Let's figure out what it is. And then I start making candles that way. And so now we have I think we have 18 different Disney inspired candles. And we ventured off. We've got some t-shirts on our Etsy shop. And I loved your guys's Toy Story inspired one, because we just came out with a Toy Story. You know, we're always saying have a magical day. And so we're coming out with some have a magical day shirts. And so we've got a Toy Story one that we just put out 2 weeks ago, I think.
I will say the funny part is that it seems to be a very obviously popular theme to go off of. Other people are doing the same thing with the same thing. They're all doing it a little bit differently, but it's all really cool because I think we're just all so excited for Toy Story Land.
I got my Buzz shirt on today.
There you go. Buzz for you, Danny. There you go, bro.
I love it.
So we have all kinds of candles, but so we started out with our vlog. So the Lemon Sisters on YouTube, go follow us, subscribe, make sure you hit the button so you can see we update once a week. We show our trips. There's usually about 10 of us that take trips together. So my parents and my two girls, Mandy's 2 kids, you know, and our husbands, and you know, it's unfiltered to where you see us fuss at each other and everything else. And then we also do some tips and just talk about some things. And a matter of fact, we need to make sure that I had another duh moment this morning, and I was like, why haven't we had you all on our show? Yeah, duh. So
we can rectify
that. So we have all kinds of stuff, but so this is my pineapple whip that's here. And I wanted to show you guys because I burn my candles too. So pineapple whip in the summer is one of my favorites, but I wanted to show you. So because I told you guys earlier, we're stalkers. So I've been stalking other candle people. And my candles are a 16-ounce candle. So this is about double what, I don't know any other ones out there that have 16 ounces. Right. And they're $14. That's it. The other candles, which are about 8 ounces, are around, gosh, I saw one yesterday. It was $18 for a 6-ounce candle. I was like, what is wrong with you people? I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, and I'm sure they smell amazing.
These burn for quite some time.
Yeah, they do.
120 hours each candle burns.
I mean, it's you know, I've had candles. Okay, example. This is one of my favorite candles. You can no longer get it, and it's blue cherry, and it's still but the thing is, the only problem of this one is that this is actually a second candle. I actually had half. You know, there was one I had, it was half its size. The problem of it is that it would be totally gone in 6 hours, and you know, if I have a candle burning here in my office all day long, it's a one day and done thing. Yeah. This I've been burning this one for quite some time. You know, I'll burn it a couple hours a day, right. You know, and not every day, just because you know, just what I'm doing in here. But the thing is that it lasts a long time, and I think that is absolutely fabulous. You get it. I mean, some people may say that's a lot. The fact of the matter is, this is a high quality product.
I just want to point out, she said 120 hours. I burned through 2 of their candles already.
I mean, they're great. I'll also tell you, they're great for emergency situations too. I mean, it was kind of funny because like we had a really bad storm come through not too long ago. I mean, because after all, it is springtime in the Midwest, and I come walking up the stairs. Lights are still on, mind you, but I come walking upstairs. I'm like, do I smell Dole Whip? And so, and sure enough, I walk up. Kathy's laying in bed, and I'm like, she's got the candle sitting over by the TV. I'm like, oh, so you're expecting the storm to knock out the power? She's like, yeah.
Be prepared.
Yeah.
So if you want to find them, go to the Etsy Lemon Sisters, or I simply just typed in Google the Lemon Sisters, and it brought the first thing that pops up is their Etsy account. Just click on that. They have over 33 items available. They've got 20 Disney inspired candles. Just to go through them real quick, we have the confectionery, which, I mean, some of the names just kind of say it for themselves, We also have the Floridian. We have the Polly, which is a wonderful candle. Pixie Dust, the Unbirthday Cake, Very Merry Christmas Tree, Sugary Pink. We have a Creme Brulee. They have the Main Street Bakery, Main Street Popcorn, Not So Scary Pumpkin and Vanilla, Mermaid Wishes, Soaring, Pineapple Whip, Rome is Burning, fan favorite, the Casey's Corn Dog Nuggets. They have an apple pie, a cinnamon roll, and the churros.
So the newest one that we have is the Sugary Pink. So, Basin is in the Grand Floridian, and it's foo-foo. I don't know if you guys do all the bath stuff, because I am talking to two guys here. But the ladies out there know that Basin, you can only get it at Disneyland, Disney World, and Disney Springs. So the Grand Floridian at Disney Springs and Disneyland, you can get it. When we go down there, we always go to Basin and we buy the Sugary Pink Sugar is what it's called. And we buy the body butters, the bath bombs, because that's the only place you can get online too. But so we go and we fell in love with it. So for Mother's Day, that's our newest scent. We came out with it, and just it's amazing. And I haven't been able to keep it in stock yet because it's just everybody is just loving it. So it is great. Say what?
I was gonna say a nice problem to have.
Yeah,
it is. And then but my two biggest sellers, what do you guys think they are?
Gotta be corn dogs and Soarin'.
I'm gonna say Dole Whip and Rome is Burning.
None of those are it.
Wow.
The two biggest ones are the Floridian and the Polly.
Wow.
People love it. Those are the ones that repeat every single week. I get lots of orders for them. It's pretty awesome. They're and especially I think things go with seasons. So since we're in spring and summer, the Floridian is it's a lemongrass type scent. So it's just fresh. It's fresh and it's clean and you like that. But for me, I think of, summer as fun and stuff. So things like the confectionery, which is like a cotton candy and a fudge type scent is two that are some of the favorites. So I like that for summertime. But we've got some new ones that are coming out. So I kind of did a little teaser when you guys were getting ready to talk to Eric from Expedition Roasters. Mm-hmm. So we've talked to them, and we were inspired by their coffees to kind of come up with some different ones. So we've got one that's coming out in June and one that's coming out in July. Would you guys like to know what they are?
I would, really much.
Okay, so as you guys are totally into their coffees, so what two do you think would be great?
Ooh, the Redhead Rum. I don't know if you could burn that, but yeah.
That's him. Is once the Redhead Rum. I'm going to say it's got to be something chocolatey. So I'm thinking to myself, a bobsledder brew inspired one of some sort.
Well, we're going to do the Jungle Cruise one. Now, see, Mandy's the super coffee, and she keeps buying them, and then they've gifted some to us. And do you think she shares? No, she's the bratty little sister. She doesn't share. The videos that we do on our Facebook where we review them, like she might let me come and take, she just got all those. She did one this morning, and I'm like, where's mine? She doesn't share. She's not very nice. She's not here, so I can say all that.
You could say all that.
So we're going to do the Jungle Cruise, and the other one that we're going to do. So the Jungle Cruise is the banana one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the other one is, which one is the coconut one?
Oh, that's Enchanted Tiki Coconut.
Okay, the tiki. So we're going to do a coconut. It's actually a toasted coconut. So we're going to do that one. So they're going to be coming out. One's coming out in June. One's coming out in July. So those are going to be excellent. Now, the Redhead Rum, which I have not tasted yet, because, again, selfish. But she, she's going to get me when she gets back from Ohio. But the Redhead Rum, we're going to look to do that in the fall because I feel like that's more of a fall scent. So around August, September, maybe it'll make a premiere for the Indie Disney meet.
Ooh.
That would be nice, huh?
It was so nice at the end of Disney meet to just walk by. And like anytime we were at our table, you just got an aroma of all these different smells. I'm like, what are you lighting over there? I need it.
I know, right? They're so good. Because I make them here in my home. So, my girls go, Mama, what smell is that? And they just I'm like, get away. It's 220 degrees. But yes, doesn't it smell so good? So sometimes it's just like you smell it, and you smell it actually outside my house when I'm making them. And it's quite amazing.
Getting people to stop. What is that smell?
Right? I felt compelled to come to your house. What is that smell? So, but yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you kind of giving us the firsthand scoop on that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. It's like I have to do my voice. And you've heard it here first, right here and behind your podcast. There are the 2 new scents coming from the Lemon Sisters.
Right.
Well, that's like so cool. Well, we're kind of winding down a little bit, and I've been asking people these questions. And in fact, I forgot to ask Aaron this question. I'm going to have to later. I'm going to go ahead and ask this question. So, if you were going to be stuck on a Walt Disney World or Disneyland ride for an hour, what ride would you like for it to be?
I know this is not as popular because it's not in air conditioning. I feel like everybody's kind of said that. But I think the People Mover, because you got lots of room to stretch out. You can stick your legs up. Now, the other ones that I heard were good were Carousel Progress, and my husband said Hall of Presidents would be good. Ooh, but I feel like those seats are not as comfortable. And every time I've been stuck on a ride, I feel like the air conditioning goes out. So that seems like no fun for me. So I say People Mover.
I know that I've been caught taking a nap on the American Adventure. In fact, I still get ribbed at the fact that the last time I went to go see it, it was my wife, my 2 kids, myself, all of us fell asleep. Kathy was the only one that was stuck awake, and she's like, "Yeah, Chris, you were snoring." I'm like, "Oh."
Sometimes you need a little snoozer. When Chris first said that, the first thing that popped in my head was like, I want to go on Tower of Terror. I would love that. But then I started playing it over in my head. I was like, that's a lot of drops over and over again. Because you know what? If you got stuck like right at the top and the window was and the door was open, you get to have a nice breeze, you get a nice view. But I mean, if that ride randomly just keeps kicking on and shutting off, that's going to get me a little nauseous.
Yeah, for real. Then nervous anticipation would be what would get me the most, not so much the drop. I'd be like,
what is it happening?
Yeah, you'd be like talking. Yeah, so, well, do you think it's over? Well, I don't know.
Be some great video, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but Danny, when you just brought that up, it's like my stomach just turned.
Right? Just thinking about it, yep.
As much as I love Tower of Terror, I would probably also say something very similar to, like, say, Rock and Roller Coaster. I love Rock and Roller Coaster. I mean, I listen to Rock and Roller Coaster. I, sing the songs and everything else like that. Big Aerosmith fan right here. And so the funny part is that I think that'd be great until about the 4th or 5th time that you do the loop and the corkscrew, and you're like, okay, I think my body needs a reset. And also, definitely the one ride you don't ever want to get stuck on for something like that and just have it keep going and going and going and going. Mission Space Orange.
That is the one ride. Mission Space is the only ride at Disney World that I cannot ride. Out of every single ride, I've ridden every ride at Disney. That is the only one I cannot. I even tried our last trip, and it just, I ditched out. I did the walk of shame.
Yeah. Oh, no, trust me. I've ridden it, and I did it once, and that was it. You'll never see me on it again. That's it. There's certain things I just don't do.
There was one time that my daughter and I rode. It was before they had a green line. And the thing is that we rode it. It was either 5 or 7 times literally in a row, like walk-ons.
Wow.
And that was cool. And the only reason why I've stopped doing it is we ran out of time. And then we would do this over and over again. I think the last time, the most I was able to write it in like succession was maybe 3 times. And the last time my daughter's like, Dad,
I'm done.
Yeah.
We did that with Expedition Everest, and I think we wrote it 4 or 5 times in a row. And finally, and I could have probably gone a couple more times, but my husband was like green and said, I can't do this anymore. So, but it was awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, we are hitting the bottom of the hour and we have to do a reset. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find your products, social media, the whole shot. Give those plugs out.
Okay, so you can find us. You can find everything at thelemonSisters.com. And we're on Etsy. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Our Twitter is Lemon Sisters, because they don't give us all the words. But on Instagram and Facebook, The Lemon Sisters, we have our page there. And shop The Lemon Sisters at Etsy. But thelemonsisters.com is where you can find us. But check us out on YouTube. We have... like I said, we have different weekly vlogs that we put up right now we're currently doing from our trip that was in September. And with all of us there, I think this week we did our review of Liberty Tree Tavern. And, so we've got all these things going on, and always make sure that you stay connected to us so you can find out when we have our new scents and everything, and let you know.
It was an absolute pleasure having you on.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks a whole bunch, and we'll see you in August.
Have a magical day.
Bye now. Now, let me ask you something. Do you think we really should reset? I'm afraid to reset, to tell you the God honest truth.
We've been going for almost 3 hours, and great. My timer stopped on the recording.
That's fine. We can just pull it later.
We've been going
I'm a little afraid to pull. I'm a little afraid to stop.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me double check something here really quick. Everybody hang out with us just for a moment. Sorry about this, everybody. Well, let's see. We're going to be talking with Whitney Wickham here in about 15 minutes. But then I think after that, we're going to definitely have to switch. Because I think, I know why you're concerned, and I totally get it. But eventually, Facebook is going to just kick us out.
So let's see. We're rolling into the 2:45 hour. So we started at 10:45. So we've been going just shy of Whitney will be our 4-hour mark.
9:45.
And then Ryan Lehman from the TMR Productions will technically be another 4-hour mark.
I think we pretty much have to reset now. Otherwise, it's gonna cut us off in 15 minutes.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're gonna reset. We have 80 shares on this one. We're gonna reset, and we ask the minute you see us go live again, please reshare the show, because Facebook only allows a certain algorithm of time. The Free Danny campaign is still going on. Yes, we are using a different account. So please do us a favor, and we're going to end this broadcast. We're going to start a new one. Please share it out. We'll see you all in about 2 minutes. Thank you.